What's up? What's up?
And we are live right now. Welcome,
Happy
Bobby.
Tuesday.
Are we lagging?
Welcome. Oh, how's everybody tonight? Nope. I was just moving windows around. Start your show as usual. You might. Are we lagging?
I don't know. Let
There
me
we
go
go.
to my comments here. There's a shit ton of them. Okay. So hello everybody. As you can see, Yank has turned into Bobby. And as you know, Yank is a bit preoccupied right now, so we're just going to give him some space and let him get his air mattresses blown up so he can have his little floaties, because he's probably going to need those to float on here.
Hopefully not.
I'm hoping that none of that happens, and he just did all that shit that he spent 2 days working his ass off on for absolutely nothing. I'd be okay with that. I know he'd be a little annoyed, but on the other hand, I think he'd be okay that his house is okay. So, and that him and his wife are safe. But anyways, welcome, Bobby.
Thank you,
So
sweetheart.
Bobby does not get to win the booby prize.
Yeah. Michigan won by default. You won, lady.
That's right.
Congratulations. Look at that.
And so I will start off by welcoming, of course, Mishka and Sugar Britches and Tracy and Justine and Flat-Chested Female. Howdy, everybody. And Chief. And Yank. But I'm not sure he's on here. I think he might have just said hi, and
Yeah, he says he might pop on for a few, and I hope he does. I do hope he does. I know he's tired. He's been putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, and a little stressed.
Here's Eli. Eli's getting ready to go out. Hi, Eli. Hi, Cece. Bye, Eli. Bye, Cece.
Hi, Eli. Hi, Cece. So
we got up to Yank. We got Lay, Maureen. Chief, how are you? Anne, how are you, sweetheart?
And Anne and Fly Crew's here, Austin.
Fly, Flat-Chested Female, Sherry. Who else we got? You said hi to Kia already. Hi, Key. Tuppy, how are you, sweetheart? Amanda, how you doing, darling?
Hi, Tup. And Amanda.
And I owe Wasp bitch a little bit of an explanation. I haven't forgot about her. She's got a nice package coming. Wasp bitch. Yep, we haven't forgotten.
Well, you know what? I don't see her on here. And somebody asked where they thought she was.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen her on. I haven't received any emails either. The problem is it takes a little longer to get some things custom made than it used to. So I had a fun little package going to her. I might send the sign out early just so she has it and then surprise her with the rest. But unless she watches from the beginning, she won't know that.
Well, we'll just keep mentioning her every now and then. Wasp, whatever's going on, we're here, girly. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I know you'd be here if you could. So whatever's going on, just get her done, girl. And hope all is well. And there is Mishka, and there's Tuppy.
Well, do your show opening like you normally do. I'm just going to be the quiet guy in the background for the first few minutes.
Yeah.
What's on your mind? How's things? How's everything?
What's on my mind is pretty much that hurricane, but there's a few other things that are. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was basically, you know, we've already decided that we're going to talk more about how to be prepared for whatever comes up versus bitching about whatever's happening. So, in this case, this is kind of a good as long as everything turned
Well,
out
it's a good
okay.
example. Yeah, not everything's about a revolution. Sometimes things like hurricanes come up, and all of that prepping that you'll have, all your prep
Exactly.
stuff you have ready to go, you'll have
Yep.
ready to go. Now's a good
Earthquakes.
bug out bag time for Yank.
Yep. Earthquakes, tornadoes, forest fires, all that, floods, you name it.
Yep.
So that was kind of one of the things regarding this whole thing with the hurricane, and of course missing my lovely co-host. But the other thing was, did anybody see that Alex Baldwin? It looks like they are gonna
Yes.
they're looking into some charges on the boy.
I had been speaking about that since the very beginning, although my opinion of it was unpopular at the time. Um, and I had said it, and there was even friends of mine defending Alec, going, "Oh, well, there was like three layers to go through for that gun to get to where it was with a live bullet." But ultimately, when you have the gun in your hand, you're responsible for what happens. And I
That's
said
right.
that from the very beginning. And it looks like, um, well, it looks like some of the people in our Justice Department agree with it. Now, he's probably just going to get a slap on the wrist. He's not going to see time we would, but they can't not push forward charges. And, it would just
Yeah.
prove that they live in a different world than us pesky citizens.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
they're going to
Exactly.
charge all of them, the assistant director, the armorer, and him. And I heard whispers. I'm not saying this as fact or anything. I heard it. Apparently homicide charges for Alec. Straight up
Well,
homicide charges.
I watched that guy, Law of Defense, I think is what his name is. He's that attorney. And his name is Andrew. Anyways, he kind of goes into detail, or he kind of went into detail today about it. And he explains it really well as to all the different levels of what a murder charge can be. And
Mhm.
so it sounds like his would actually fall into the involuntary.
Involuntary manslaughter.
Yes.
Get you. It might. You know. I can't say that. I'm not in their little room figuring out all the charges, but you hear things from little birdies along the wind, and it's like, well, somebody got killed by the intentional act of another person, whether or not their intention was to kill or maim that person. His finger was on the trigger. I mean, we said that from the very
Right, but it
beginning.
still has to be the intent to kill. And
Yep.
his intent wasn't to kill. His intent was to shoot, to point
Well,
the
we
gun.
don't know that.
But
Do you know
that's
that?
right.
You know what was in his head? We
True.
don't know. Remember, she caused all kinds of shit for him. You never know.
Yeah, you never
I'm just
know.
saying. You never know. Proving intent's very hard unless he had said something.
Well, I still think that fucking weapons handler, I think she should be. That was her. You got one job, bitch. You got one fucking job. Do it.
Well, she was a quota hire. Remember, Daddy got her the job, and she
I
said
don't
that the
care. You
scariest
got
thing of
one
her
job.
life was loading the gun. She didn't belong there.
No,
She took
she
the
did not.
responsibility anyway. And then what did didn't during I think it was some of the hearings, the depositions, it came out that she had asked the guy who rented the guns to them if they could use them, and he said absolutely not. So she was like, "Screw it, I'll bring my own guns." And then somehow live rounds ended up in his guns anyway, even though he explicitly told her no. I remember hearing of something like that where the guy who rented the guns, she asked him, the armorer, because like, can we use your guns, to
Yeah,
shoot around at targets? And he said no.
yeah. I should be putting up comments and I haven't put up shit. Sorry, you guys. I've been preoccupied here. Bleh.
You got
Uh,
one job, like the armorer. Are you afraid of the
yes.
comments? Is this the scariest thing you've ever done in your life? Did
What's
Daddy
that?
get you this comment job?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. I
Yeah.
think gotta put the bullets in the gun to frame Alec because he's a pain in the ass. Guilty. What's up, Damon? But yeah, I think there's going to be multiple charges coming out, or charges against multiple people. They got to do
Mhm.
something.
Well,
Am I
yeah,
under a new name? Where?
yeah, um, wh- yeah. He's under a new name, Bobby Boyles. He's got. Don't you
Bobby
see?
Boyles.
Bobby brought a boil with him today.
Oh my God. What a fucking experience.
You haven't got it lanced yet, huh?
I'm on some super powerful medication, so hopefully they don't need to stitch my face. Yeah. Where it
Eli
is, they're like,
wants
I'm
to
going to end
lance
up with a Frankenstein fucking. It was an ingrown hair gone out of control. It was an ingrown hair I fucked with, and within hours, my whole face just started blowing up. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. So much so, I took an insulin syringe and tried going at it, and it didn't work. So Sunday,
I can't imagine why that hair follicle is infected there, Bobby.
I don't know. I don't know how it happened. I was fucking with it. Monkeypox. Monkeypox. Yeah, Eli finally cuddled, and look what happened. You know, I got the
Yank,
pride pox right on my cheek. There
there
he
you
is.
Hi.
I'm gonna hop off for a minute. Do you think?
You're gonna Oh,
I'm going on.
no, you're already on.
What's
What's
up,
up?
guys? Hi. Can you hear me? No.
I
You could stay on, Bob. I'm not going to stay on long.
fuck he already jumped off.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I know. What's up, kid? How you doing?
I'm glad you
Hold
came
on. Hold on. Wrong headphones. Okay. Now I'm
New
back.
phone. You meant new phone, who dis, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Damn. I am all discombobulated. Hi, guys.
That's okay. Bobby's over here with a boil on his face.
Oh, he's got the pox.
He's
I
got the
got the
monkeypox.
I got the fucking pox. Eli finally cuddled.
Eli stuck it in his ear
I hear you.
and it
Shit.
came out his mouth.
Ooh, not good.
That's fucked.
How you feeling, Bob?
I feel all right now. The first 2 days was kind of insane. I mean, the pressure built up so quick. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. So I went right to the ER. And anybody that knows me, I don't go to the fucking ER for nothing.
Right.
You know? You duct tape it. But you're here. We'll talk less about Elephant Boy. I'm turning into a fucking pumpkin. That's all the hell you need to know. But what's going on, Yank? How are you?
I'm okay. I'm tired, man. I'm tired, guys. It's been busy. You know, things like this happen, and they, even with some advanced warning, only a few days, they did a really terrible job in predicting this one. But even with a few days notice, and thinking you're relatively a prepper, right? There's still a lot of shit to do. And something like this is completely different than the zombie apocalypse, but you would want to obviously board up your house for zombie apocalypse and have it as low key as you can. But there's still that awful lot of work. And I'll tell you one thing, and Rick kind of has me thinking about this because he's been going to the gym. Now he's a little older than I am, and he's hitting the gym and he's staying in shape. I can tell you that in the last 3.5 days, cutting, measuring, putting up plywood, all that happy horse shit, I realized how out of shape I am. Now, I have some health issues as well and some physical limitations that made it a little more difficult. But yeah, just trying to have the wind to be able to do it, and it being like 100 degrees out was not helpful. But you realize that your preps are never, you're never done prepping. Never. It's a constant job. I thought I had enough water until it was time when I counted, and I was like, oh shit, that water's actually a little out of date. I had one of them big 5-gallon plastic things you buy and for a water cooler, and I'm like, that might be okay to wash with or maybe brush your teeth with. I'm not sure about drinking that anymore because that was from the last hurricane, which was 5 years ago. So once you have this stuff, you tend to get a little laxed in your oh, I need to go and spend more money.
Right.
You know, one of the
On
things I'll tell
something
you.
we're not going to use.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like throwing just money out the window in some sense. But when you need it, you need it.
This is the one thing that I have figured out is, so instead of keeping flour and sugar and stuff all in 5-gallon buckets
Mhm.
and put it in the garage, what I've done is I still continue to use out of those 5-gallon buckets. So even if I get 2 5-gallon buckets with flour in it, I will rotate those out
Mhm.
and use out of those continually so that my stuff never gets out of date should something happen. It's
Yep.
the only way I've figured out to make sure that we're not going to be eating shit that's 10 years old when we're starving to death. Not that we're going to give a shit if we're starving to death. So, I mean, we'll pretty much
Yep.
eat anything.
Well, that's one thing that the missus has been pretty good on is rotating. Now, I personally, I'm one of them people that like it when I create a stock shelf or something, I like to look at it.
I know.
You know, I'm ready kind of thing. And the missus is good because she rotates the food, like, you know, beans and oodles and noodles and SpaghettiOs or whatever canned shit, fruit, all the lentils and things like that. She's good about. We have the kitchen cabinet cupboard, and then we have the emergency stash closet. So things go from there to the cupboard in the kitchen, and they get used usually regularly. I'm the bad one, believe it or not. With just things like, I'll give you for instance, I don't own a cordless drill. I owned a cordless drill, but the battery on the drill, my DeWalt, went from 18 volt to 24 volt or something like that, and then it didn't charge anymore. So I just never bought another one. I got a cord one, but if the power goes out, the fucking thing's useless, right? I can't even unboard my house when after the storm happens to open the windows up because I got to wait for electricity or a generator, and I should have a generator, and I don't because every time I make it through the storm, I find a way to do something and get by, and I go to the store and I go, fuck, $1,500, $1,700 for a goddamn generator. You know what I mean? One that's big enough to do some stuff, have one light on in the fridge and shit like that. You know, it costs some money, man.
Yeah.
So I got to get on. Those are things, holes in my preps, and that's one thing that is good if you live in situations like this where out of the blue something happens, you'll realize where you're neglecting.
Well,
and,
the other thing is to maintain that shit, because I can tell you from experience that
and
I
Bobby
don't
can
think
too
our
with his
generator has been started in probably 2 or 3 years.
mm-hmm.
It needs to be started
You gotta run that
every
thing.
year and run it for a bit. Rick talks about the shit that he runs through his, and he does all kinds of shit to keep his maintained, and he does it every year.
I know.
And I told Marvin that's what we need to be doing to that generator. I mean, we have a huge one. It's huge.
Yep.
So big we have to take it out of the garage when we're not worried about, you know, something going down and us needing it. Like
Right.
we only put it in the garage during the winter months. So because it never gets hot enough here for more than a few days that we can't stand. So, but
well, you're fortunate
Now
there.
I have a little input about the generator.
Yeah, man.
The generator situation. I'm actually about to go hook one up to my friend's house for emergency use. It's a portable one, bigger portable one, so he can run his whole house on it. And there's ways to do that without getting a transfer switch. If anybody's interested in that way, like say,
yeah,
for
I'm
instance,
gonna have to talk to you
were
about that.
prepping for a storm, you wanted a quick hookup. You could just pull your generator over, plug it in, and shut off the main, and then it'll backfeed your panel to your whole house. And how to do it legally without having to pull permits, get inspections, put in transfer switches. It's very useful, very practical, as far as I'm concerned. And you want big generators like you got, Julie, are great when you know for a fact you have to run your whole house constantly, because no matter what, you're generating that wattage. If you're not using it, you're just wasting gas on wattage you're not using. So like you get a 7,500 watt generator and you can run everything and you wouldn't even know the power's out. You might get 6 to 8 hours. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask,
Oh no, I
Bob,
was going to say you would get 6 to
how do you
8
figure
hours.
out? How do you figure out what size generator a person would need to run your house, including like the AC, the central AC?
What
How
you
do you
do
figure that
is
out?
you get an amp measurement and you put everything on max load to find out the amps. And then there's a math equation to figure out how many watts you need to generate to carry that capacity.
Mm,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you, in an emergency situation, what do you really need to run? Your refrigerator, maybe a water pump if you have one.
My fucking
You know what I
deep
mean?
freeze full of venison.
Mm.
My deep
A deep
freeze is
freezer.
full of venison and fish.
Now,
Oh.
let me ask you a question. Do you have to run it constantly, or can you get it to below freeze and shut it off for a little while until it starts to warm up? Because
Well,
you're also going to come into a gas issue now. What's your gas reserve? Because you could get like a 2,500 watt generator that you can use to turn on your fridge for a while till it cools down, then turn on your freezer for a little while. And while they're chilling, you could use your microwave, and you can run LEDs all day. But those you get like 14 hours per gallon out of.
Mm.
So unless you're constantly using 7,500 watts and you want to burn through two gallons every 8 hours, the efficiency level and then the amount of gas you have to have. And Joe taught me this from upstate because he lives off of generators. So he has a big one if he needs it, but he rotates his appliances on the smaller one.
Yeah.
And the efficiency with gas is insane. Imagine 14
Mm.
hours off a gallon compared to the cost benefits are crazy there. But you could do a amperage test, a load test.
Okay. On what though? On every single item that I think about I might need, like the air
Anything that you
handler
would
and the
use on a regular
condenser. And,
basis, you turn them all on, and the meter goes right onto your service, and it'll tell you what you're pulling.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, see, because my biggest thing, man, and that's one of the things here in Southwest Florida is the humidity. Everybody says it's not the heat, it's the humidity, and I agree. Because as soon as the power goes out, the heat goes up and the humidity goes up, and two people in a house that's boarded up and closed, generate moisture, and you can't sleep, and you can't
you
do
might have
anything.
to not diddle during that time, though, Yank. That would reduce the heat out the house. I'm just saying.
Well, we do need to have to live with certain things.
I know you're going to get bored, but
That's when you diddle. When there's nothing else to do, that's when you diddle.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Or when there's stuff to do. It doesn't matter. I mean, diddling's like the open invitation. Donna said she learned the hard way not to use regular gas, but use ethanol. So are you talking about in your generator, Donna?
Well, they make dual fuel and tri-fuel generators. It depends
I was gonna.
on.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna say that's gonna cost more buying the generator.
Yeah.
If you have the money for it.
If I was gonna get a setup, I was thinking, and again, I had to put a roof on the house or buy a new car, blah blah blah. So, but I was considering getting a whole house Generac setup and one that's a propane and gasoline if I had to, dual fuel one. So, we'll see what happens, but I don't know how much it is, and I whatever. It is what it is. Speaking of new car, that's sitting out in the fucking driveway right now, waiting to get tree branches smashed against it.
That's what I'm saying. You got a tarp for it? You get a car cover, throw it over.
No, because you know what happens? The wind flaps and just wrecks the car. The wind flaps the covers and just rips the fucking car up.
You don't have a garage?
I do, but it's packed with the lawnmower, my tools, the gas grill, propane tanks, gasoline, all the other shit.
Well, you just bought it, so it's got full coverage at least then, right?
Oh, yeah. It's completely loaded. So the worst that happens is, fucking Thursday, I need a new car. Again. I know.
Don't you love buying cars?
I wanted to take, I know. No, not at all. I wanted to take this time though, just to come on and let you guys know, yes, I'm just starting to feel the effects now. We're going to be in for a hellacious time till like Thursday. So, and then God only knows when the power is going to come back on, because they're not going to come out till the storm is completely gone to start fixing the lines. So I could be out a week, 2 weeks. And I'm kind of a veteran with the hurricane stuff, so I should be okay. But this one's looking pretty gnarly, guys. It's going to land about 2 cities up for me, it looks like, in Venice, which is just north of me, which means as it comes ashore, I'm going to be getting the worst side of a storm. That the first quarter from, say, if you're looking at a storm, 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock is where the worst weather usually is on the storm, and that's going to be hitting us. And I have just gotten warnings on my phone that 6 to 12 foot storm surge is possible. I think I'm about 11 feet above sea level, so it's going to be close. I'm a little worried. This one's got me nervous. I maybe should have evacuated, but there's really no place to go, to be honest with you. And I'm damn sure not going to stay in a shelter, because those places don't even have cots, nothing. And then, add the monkeypox, COVID, and all kinds of weird people and
you
shit.
You could borrow my RV if you could catch last minute flights. There's an RV right in the town of Babylon.
Thanks, brother, but there's no way. There's no way. I'm already feeling the effects. Tonight it's supposed to start. And by tomorrow morning, I should be getting some good wind and shit. But go ahead.
They were closing one of the airports. I think it was Tampa Airport, though.
They thought it was going to go up to Tampa for a while, but then RSW, which is right next to me, is probably going to be closed any minute if it's not already, because they know now where it's going to be coming in. And, I just wanted to say, and I'm not trying to be fucking overly dramatic or anything, but
oh no, that's a monster coming your way, Bo.
Yeah, if God forbid the worst does happen, it's been nice knowing you guys, and I've had a blast, and I don't regret a damn thing that I've ever done in my life. So
we're coming down. I got a fucking raft. We will be there. We'll all be in the RV.
Thanks, but I don't want anybody to put their lives into bad positions just for me. We're okay. We're gonna make it. Worst come to worst, if the waters do rise, I'm going up in the attic. I'm bringing the tomahawk with me.
Go on the roof, not in the attic, because you're trapped in the attic. Unless you're going to chop
that's what the
your
tomahawk's
way through the
for.
roof.
I'm going to chop a hole through the roof and get out that way. But if the water comes in at night and I have, let's say, 18 hours of storm to go out, I'm not going up on the roof in the storm. I have to hunker down somewhere. So I'm going to hunker down in the attic. I got some boards laid up there that we can just lay on. And if worse come to worse, I got to chop my way out after it's over, so be it. And I'll sit on the roof and wait for the helicopter. You may see me on TV and I'll be like, hey, guys, Yank and Gutter, Tuesday nights. So, but I wanted to say thanks for everybody's concern. I did see in the comments people asking me questions and stuff. I'm sorry. I really didn't pay attention to it. I don't want to stay on long. I am really tired, and I have to try to get some sleep while I can. And right now it's about the only time, because afterwards there's going to be no sleeping. So,
understandable. And 2 things. I can't promise anything.
Okay.
But I found out from my manager today that they're all worried about our crews down in Florida, and what they do is power up and generator services. So if there's any way I could get any kind of pull towards your direction, make sure you text me, exactly where you're at, and I'll be like, we got to get guys down there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm willing to at least throw it out there.
Dude, I appreciate that.
But I would definitely, I'd call them and be like, hey, go here. You know what I mean? Like, do your best you can. I got family and friends down there.
That's really
my
cool.
grandfather and grandmother's down there as well. I think they were in Fort St. Lucie or Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, that's not too far north of me either. They're gonna get whacked.
Yeah, so there's a lot of concern I have about it, and it looks like a monster, Bo, and I'm praying for the best for you. And then as far as you're getting the whole generator set up, stay the fuck away from Generac.
Oh,
there's plenty of other good brands. We could get into that another time, but Generac, they change all their parts and shit to make it impossible. So you have to upgrade and buy new ones. You can't just fix it all right. So
yeah,
that's why they're so appealing at first. but they'll fuck you. They'll fuck you hard. So be
Do you
careful
see
with
what
Generac.
Do you
What's
see
that?
what Damon said? He said to use your hotspot on your phone, Yank. It's been a lifesaver for him. So
I don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
but keep that phone energy. A hotspot basically turns into a Wi-Fi router, and you could like I've hotspotted from my laptop before. You'll see your phone pop up in a Wi-Fi menu,
Okay.
and you could attach to it. You should have a hotspot on your phone.
Okay. I'll give it a
Yeah.
whirl. Oh, by the way, I don't know. I told you guys my Facebook got hacked, or I told Gutter my Facebook got hacked, and
I forgot to post that. Damn it.
it logged me out and changed my. Someone logged me out and changed my password, so I can't get back on it. I tried to today after I took a nap, and I can't get back on. So I can't respond to anybody who's talking to me on Facebook or anything. So I don't know when I'll get that figured out eventually. But yeah, I'm out of Facebook, which sucks. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna go, guys. I gotta get some sleep, and I gotta watch the news and pay attention. We've already got tornadoes touching down, so we'll see. I hope I don't get hit by one of those too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, dude. Wind, water, waves. I mean,
It's the fucking rapture.
Yeah, it is. It really is, man. These things are scary. People that don't deal with them don't really have an idea of what it's like. They're like, well, it's gonna land the 2 cities up from you. It's like, no, it doesn't fucking matter, man.
The
Sometimes
storm
it's
surge
worse.
and the flooding is the biggest concern. That's like with Superstorm Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't worried so much about the winds. And you know what they did? They quietly started replacing the entire storm drain system because they didn't tell anybody how bad it got fucking wrecked. All of a sudden, everyone's like, oh, they're redoing the storm drains. I'm like, and then when I asked someone from the town, they're like, they don't want to tell everyone how bad it got destroyed because it was basically raw sewage getting pushed up into everybody's streets, which destroyed fucking everything. You know what I mean? So, like, it's that storm surge. The winds are one thing, the rain is another, but that storm surge you guys are going to face like us. We're a sandbar, essentially. And you have the storm pushing all this water, 10 feet is almost impossible to escape,
Yeah. I mean, I got a friend who has a boat in his backyard. He parks it in his backyard. He's like, oh, worst come to worst, I'll get in the boat. I'm like, in 130-mile-an-hour winds, you think your little fucking dinghy boat is going to save you floating around a fucking city? Yep. You're dead.
No,
you're dead.
You're done.
I
had a friend who had a houseboat on the canal, and when Sandy came, the houseboat smacked into the second floor.
Ooh.
You can't make that shit up. And I mean, second floor from ground level, 1 floor, 2 floor, smacked into the whole, right into the deck and shit. It was. I'm praying for you, Bo. I know you don't believe in the whole magical castle, but if there's anything to it, I hope it's sending all of the good vibes and sunshine your way, man.
I appreciate that, man. They say there's no atheists in foxholes, and it's kind of true, like hey, I'll take your prayers if you're going to send them, man. I'll take at least good thoughts and people wishing me luck, because we're going to need it. It's going to be a rough one. But all right, I'm going to go now. I love you guys. Thanks a lot for everything. And I'll see you when I see you. You know what I mean? I will.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Say that's right.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh man, all the best to Yank, man.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
You hear about hurricane season, and then when you actually see it on the forecast, it hits you. It becomes real.
Yeah.
And this one looks like it's gearing up to be a bad one.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Not. I've never been through a hurricane or a tornado, either one. So, been through.
Well, the hurricane's one thing. They're talking about a Category 4, and the highest you get is Category 5, and it is just off the tip. Let me show you. I'm gonna share this. Share screen. Share.
Yeah, Eli's like, sleep on air mattress. No shit.
It's gonna be in the attic, hoping his house doesn't get destroyed.
I know, but
There we
damn.
go. So that's the eye, and then Yanks around this area. So they're already starting to feel it. Um, this is what he meant by the 12 to 3. This is the front of the storm. So usually it's throwing off all the bands. And the eye is just approaching. So, I mean, and this thing has been sitting over here. I've been watching this since, I think, all day yesterday
Yeah.
and the night before. And it's just
Oh, are we froze?
a slow mover. So, I mean, that thing, it blips and you don't see the rotation like this. That rotation is insane. So, that's where it's at. And like
Yeah.
he said, take into account what he said about prepping and stuff. You know, when things are actually happening, you remember all the shit that you don't have or you think about that you had for too long. So rotating things are really good. Um, there's a video out there that shows how to make your own huge 5-gallon filtration system where you basically take 2 5-gallon buckets, you drill holes, put big Berkey water filters in it, and then you can pour water through that and you get fresh waters. A setup like that, you only got to make once. The charcoal filters don't really go bad. Um, and as far as food, that's why I buy the Mountain House 30 years storable foods because you don't want to be eating shit, you know.
Right.
And everything has a shelf life, believe it or not. Although I found this they got this new, it's whole milk and 2% milk. That's good for like 20 years on the shelf, non-refrigerated. I was like, I've never heard of milk that you could leave room temp. Right? You made the face I made. I was like, you're gonna open it just to find out you got taken and you got
Yeah.
a thing of store milk.
Yeah. Now you're fucked. I mean,
I
not
don't
your
know how.
movie.
Guess where I found it? You might guess. Where'd I find it? We had a whole
Mm,
conversation on Saturday about where I was at. The
you
thrill of the
found.
hunt.
Oh. You were at. Where the fuck would you go?
The thrill of the hunt. You said you bought a bunch of shit you didn't need.
Yes. Fuck.
The Dollar Tree.
Right. Right. But isn't there someplace else you went? Where'd you go to work at?
I worked at the Dollar Tree, but right across the street was the 104th Field Artillery that Babe Ruth got assigned to when he joined the National Guard. So I
But
thought that was pretty cool. Huh?
didn't you go to a different state?
Oh, during the week, I was in Massachusetts during the week. Yes.
Right.
I was
Oh,
working up in Massachusetts.
okay.
Dartmouth, and then I got a nice hotel in New Bedford, right in the heart of the old whaling town, which was cool. That was cool.
Hmm.
My
Nice.
sister cans milk. I thought it would suck, but it didn't.
Well,
You
I
supposed
know you can freeze dry milk too. And then it just comes out basically like dust. And then you just rehydrate it with water.
reconstitute it. Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know what they did, but the fact that it's from a dollar store, it's unrefrigerated, and it'll last. I gotta look at it. Next time you're at the Dollar Tree, you'll find it. Um, I don't know. I don't believe it yet. And I'm one of those. I'm very picky about milk. If there's like a hint of a scent from that milk, I ain't fucking drinking
Yeah.
it.
I hardly ever drink it. Marvin's grandpa was a farmer, and he said the only people that are supposed to, or the only things that are supposed to drink milk is babies and baby calves because they use it to put on weight with. That's the only reason anybody should be drinking milk is to put on weight. So I never drank milk after he said that. I was like, no way.
They have Battleships Cove. They have a ton of museums I didn't get to check out. And as far as milk, I stopped drinking it a while ago because it was horrible for you. It's all sugar and fat. And why do we drink cow's milk? But it is a stigma around breast milk. Isn't breast milk made for humans? You know,
I don't know.
I don't like
I
any of it.
pour
After a
I
while,
pour it all over me every day, testing it before I give it to my grandson, and it's my daughter-in-law's breast milk, so ain't hurt
I
me
mean, I'll
yet.
put.
But I don't drink it. You know, I had an aunt, and that's the only way she could test a baby's milk when she'd bottle feed him was to she'd have to drink a little bit of it to test it. I thought, oh, good Lord, I'm sure glad I'm not breastfeeding.
Now I'll use milk for chocolate milk. You throw it in some eggs to fluff it up.
Right,
Anytime you got to mix it in with something.
right.
Cereal. One time I put baby formula in my cereal. I didn't realize. Oh,
Fuck.
I took one
No,
bite.
those poor
Nope.
babies. Poor babies. No wonder babies throw up, huh?
Oh my god. It's like chemical. It's like drinking medicine.
Oh, it's disgusting. Yeah, definitely.
That Bobby will probably. I think between me and Gutter, if any of us hear updates, we'll try to update you all, without a doubt. This might be one of those weeks where you see us live twice.
Hey,
There's
Eli.
Eli getting ready to go out. Look at him all dapper.
Sparkly.
He's
You
sparkly.
you out whoring around, are you, Eli?
That's the point, right? That's what
Well, hopefully
the
she
one.
gets hopefully she gets the point.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely the point and the rest.
I keep coming home with numbers sharpied on my titties. I gotta knock that off.
You gotta get some
I don't even call any of them. I just come home with them.
Is Eli hotboxing tonight?
Oh, you want to talk about that, Maron? Oh my god, that was an experience. I was a stoner that night. I don't condone drug use. I think a lot of good minds get wasted on weed, but there's a lot of people that flourish on pot. So it's just not one of those things for me.
Oh, it was just frozen.
I'll smoke before bed once in a while, but I don't really partake. But I went to an event and I got in what they call a hot box.
Oh, that thing was crazy.
Yeah, careful what you say.
Careful what you say. No, say
Yeah,
it.
because
Say it, Eli.
what he was doing and what I do are different. He wants to talk about
Oh,
shrooms
okay.
and
I get it.
ecstasy. I don't
I
fuck
can
around
do
like that.
I can talk
He could
about
do
that.
whatever he
They
wants.
can't do nothing about that.
Well, whatever.
I got a smile.
Yeah, I don't do drugs like that. I'll drink and I smoke. That's my
You
thing.
wouldn't have like the goiter on your face if you did them.
Goiter. Goiter Bob.
Goiter boy.
Goiter boy. Yeah, I turned into a fucking pumpkin at midnight. 'Tis the season to be pumpkin spiced. This is not what I meant. This is not what I meant. But either way, I got in a hot box and I thought it was just like a tent. Everybody goes in and smokes their reefer and you just kind of bake it out like you do with a car back in high school.
Mhm.
Then they turn on a fucking floor dryer. And I was like, they're gassing us. They're gassing us. And I hid in the fucking corner, but there was no escaping this shit. And by the time I came out, I floated out. I couldn't feel my big toes, and I just kind of drifted around. And as I introduced myself to people, and I got their cards and contacts, I was like, "Listen, forgive me. I'm not gonna fucking remember this by the time I leave." I was like, "I got in that hot box thing, and I don't normally partake, so I'm way above, my level of, being able to handle it." And well, that was a
I
good
always
time.
thought it was stupid myself. For me to go into a smoky room, I just thought it was always stupid. In the sense of going into I don't particularly like to have smoke engulfed around my face, so that's not, and I don't care what kind of smoke it is. It's not something that, I mean, I would always, when we would be somewhere sitting around in a rig somewhere getting ripped, I always crack the window. Always.
Bro, I literally yelled out loud, "They're fucking gassing us," and everyone in the tent just turned to me like, It's his first time. How cute. And I'm like, they're gassing us. What the fuck is that? And it's just going whoosh, 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 whoosh. It was like a smoke machine. You see a smoke machine, and that was it. You couldn't see the person fucking in front of you. Oh my God. I felt like I was on a trip to Auschwitz. I flipped the fuck out for a second. And I mean, you know what it really did? It goes right to your eyes. It's like getting maced because your eyes just start burning like fucking crazy. Oh my God. But I did it. There I did it. That was my first hot box. And then my friend.
Can they see? They can't see.
No, they
Well,
can't
it's just
see.
a fucking fog anyway. You know, you see.
There's nothing to see. He's showing you that there's nothing to
hats.
see. You can't
see. You see heads. That's how fucking much smoke there was.
Yeah.
I forgot what the fuck I was just gonna say now though. There was something I was just about to say. Oh, my friend Jerry Culver on Facebook. I was like, my first ever hot box. He goes, you sicko. He goes, well, with the rest deceased, get a curling iron first. And it went right over my head what he was talking about. And I was like, oh,
I thought it was funny.
You got to be careful how you word it.
Right up on that shit.
I didn't think about how I worded it. I was just like, hey, my first ever hot box. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta have six friends, make 6 jokes.
That's right, of course. Well, he beat me to it, so I couldn't say it, but
Loves hot boxing. That's how the ancient people did it. Cannabis in the tent. Yeah, and I've heard a lot about teepees and stuff. Like they do like the hot stones in the teepee with the steam and mushrooms and smoking.
Damon said Dutch oven. Well, that's a little different. You're smelling something different.
That shit was like mace.
It was like mace, though. I'll tell you.
Holy
that was
shit.
I experienced it. I'm probably not going back in one of those things ever again, but it was an experience, and I'm not upset about it. It just I wasn't ready for it. That's all. I had no idea what I was dealing with. And as a lightweight, when it comes to any of that shit, I mean, I'm one of those. I don't know how people roll and smoke joints or blunts. I take one hit and I'm fucking. That's it. I'm either closing the curtains and I'm like, I don't exist today, or I'm going to sleep.
So you're paranoid.
Unless you get a good blend where I'm still social and up, you know.
So you get paranoid?
Depends on the strain. Sativas and stuff, ones that smack you right away, I'll get anxiety like a motherfucker. Then you got ones that creep up and get you couch locked. I know a lot about pot. It's just
right.
I'm not one of those that react to all of it so well. So I stick to my light beer and my cigarettes. I have nothing against people who smoke pot. It's a sweat lodge. Yes, that's what they do with the teepees, a sweat lodge. And I'm pretty sure it's like pitch black in there.
All right. Well, there you go. That's what I do every day. Well, and 900 times a day.
A sweat lodge?
Yeah, all by myself.
All by myself.
Oh, but exactly.
Yeah. That was the joke I made last week when we were late. I said, you guys were late. I said, she's making bubbles.
Sorry, I heard you.
I ain't knocking on you. Hey, man, it's natural. That shit grows out of the earth. So you find a plant and just happen to put fire to it. Fuck it. They sell tobacco. They sell alcohol. You know what I mean? Coffee. Yeah. Coffee's the legal drug. 100%.
Oh, my God. You got to see the shit that's legal in Portland. My God, it'd make your head spin.
Well, everything.
It's bad.
People don't get this, where it's like, I kind of understand the sentiment of the government shouldn't criminalize you for doing a substance. There are other victims. There's no such thing as victimless drug abuse, except when it comes to natural shit. But even then, you could create victims. But the outcome that we warned about, what do you see? Tell the people what you see around. There are fucking druggies everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? Everywhere. if they legalize pot, though, I don't see such a big deal. Legalizing things like heroin and stuff, now you're just opening the floodgates to
Yeah.
just,
Well, a little hard to maintain when you're on heroin or, the whole, the new thing, the fentanyl. Holy mother of mercy.
No, that new one, that flesh eating shit.
Yeah, they got a new one out. It's flesh eating fentanyl.
Horse muscle relaxer. But what
Oh my God.
Yeah, flesh eating. It's mixed with horse tranquilizer. So flesh eating fucking fentanyl.
I agree, Tap.
They can't see the phone. Put it in the comments. The comments. You're going out, aren't you?
I'm waiting. I want to go out alone. I don't give a fuck. I'll go out and get lucky.
See, he'll do it all by himself too.
Yeah, that's me.
You gonna do it all by yourself? If you sit on your
Ex-
hand till it goes
like-
to sleep, it'll feel like somebody else's, Eli.
What? What?
X-like scene.
Oh. I never heard of it.
Yeah, well now you.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
flesh eating fentanyl. So be careful. And
There was another one too that was stronger than it's like carafentanil. It started with a 10. I didn't get the name of it.
well, I was the one that talked about that one. It was like OBO something, Obius. Oh,
They just spoke about it.
I don't know. There's something that's like 100 times stronger than fentanyl coming out, and
Yeah,
it's
the cop touched it.
just out of
He
control.
died. It went through-
And the problem is they're putting it into everything. They're
Yeah.
putting it into cocaine. They're sprinkling it on marijuana. They're pressing it into pills. So you really, and I don't know. I don't agree with safe injection sites or none of that. I mean, you're choosing
No,
to live that lifestyle. That's Darwinism, man. I've lost
I
a
don't
lot of
believe
friends to
in that shit
heroin.
either. I think that's bullshit. Nothing like fucking enabling them. I mean, what do you think you're going to end up with?
Yep.
When you give them that, I mean, that's just fucking ridiculous.
I put it to you this way: every one of my friends I've lost to it, I know did it less because they had to hide doing it. If they were
Mhm.
allowed to be out in the open with it, they would have OD'd much earlier.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and that's how I look at it. Yeah, you
Yeah,
should be hiding it.
flat-chested female said they found her cousin dead due to a heroin overdose. Yeah, that's nasty shit
I'm
too.
so sorry. I found
I am
many
so
people that
sorry.
way. I had a whole conversation with a dead person. Didn't even know he was dead. I thought he was just zonking out. So we went
let me
back
tell
a
you,
while later.
I don't know if I think this person actually just was mentally ill, but and this has nothing to do with them dying, but I believe that a big part of our homeless problem is due to the fact that they stopped with all the nut houses and
Oh yeah.
they stopped medicating the crazy, and now this is what we got is a bunch of people living out on the streets with no place to go because they can't maintain a home or anything else under the conditions that they're in. So I do believe that that's where a lot of the homeless comes from. I see it all the time
Oh,
in
yeah.
Portland. It's just
Most
fucking
of the people
nuts.
you'll meet are mentally handicapped, and the police department became the new mental asylums, the prisons, and they don't
Well,
belong there.
they'll take him to the hospital and they immediately release him. They do an evaluation on him and let him go. It doesn't matter how they evaluate him. What if they decide whether they're crazy or not? They let him go. Well, the other day Marvin went to work and he gets off on this one specific exit every time, and there's a homeless person that always sets up his tent right close to the exit where Marvin gets off of interstate at. And he's just getting off of the interstate. He hasn't even gotten up but where this guy's tent is. And this guy flings a stick. It's like it's probably about a foot and a half, 2 feet long. And he flings it and it hits Marvin's doorpost on his car. Well, Marvin gets out and he goes over and he takes a picture of this guy because, like he said, he's turning it in to the cops. Again, this crazy fucker is doing weird shit. He does shit like this all the time. And Marvin just ignores him, but he knows he better get a picture of him and give it to the cops and all that. So he goes over to get a picture of him, and there's a woman there with him, and this guy jumps on this woman and basically tackles her and starts slapping the shit out of her and punching her in the head. And Marvin just takes a picture of him. He don't get in the middle of none of it, because man, they're
Nope.
both a couple of crazies.
Nope.
So he just takes a picture and he gets back in his rig. And when he gets back in his rig, he looks in the back seat, and that fucking stick went about an inch or two into the back seat of his car. If that would have hit him, he'd come off that freeway doing about 55, 60 miles an hour. If that would have hit him, it would have killed him.
Yep. And don't play Captain Save-A-Home. It's sad. But this
And they
is
won't do
also what
nothing.
happens when you cater to the society. You cater to the society. You know, as callous as it sounds, some people just need to be removed from society. It's as simple as that. I mean, they need help, but not the kind of help they're going to find in prison or on the streets or at safe injection sites. They're not going to.
Right. No.
Not at all. You know, and you got regular everyday folk trying to live their lives, and these are threats. And I want to throw out an apology to Tuppies. I'm sorry about that. I make a lot of crystal meth jokes, but it's really not a joke. Hard drugs are not jokes.
No,
I've
it's
had
not.
a lot of friends and family suffer from heavy addiction, and
Oh.
it's something to be addressed. It's not something to be encouraged or supported or subsidized or helped. I mean, in the avenue of just, well, we're not going to take you to jail. Go ahead, sir. Go on and do your dope. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help the people around them. You know.
Well, and I believe that had they helped them with the issues that they had going on, they might not have been so apt to jump right into things such as heroin or crystal meth, or maybe
90%,
not. But I still think
90
that we need to be taking care of these people that are mentally have issues. I mean, all of them aren't necessarily crazy. They might just have mental issues that need to be dealt with.
say because I've worked with a lot of mentally retarded people, hundreds, if not thousands, in my lifetime. So I could speak from experience. What 90% of these people need is an opportunity and outlet for their passions, because many of them are very intelligent and gifted in what interests them. But they get cast aside because there's a lot that comes along with taking care of them in aspects where areas that they can't. But if given the opportunity, you see the brilliance in them come out. And when they're focused on something they're passionate about, they don't become angry. They become determined. You know what I mean? And it's like anybody. We go to work. When do we get angry? When the government steals our money, raises the prices, and makes life unaffordable.
Mm-hmm.
But our passion, what we do in life and building a family and stuff, we're happy. We're not out there getting angry and wanting to overthrow the government when we're allowed to pursue our happiness. And that's really what it comes down to, the pursuit of happiness, you know? Because I'll tell you, there's a lot of people would write off as mentally handicapped or retarded, for a lack of a better term. That's what the term means. That are more brilliant and more intelligent than half the people I know functioning regular in society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you look at Elon Musk, he's got Asperger's and stuff. Technically, he's got learning disabilities and stuff, but he's got a brilliant mind, and he's allowed to pursue where his passion is. And look how well, you don't see Elon Musk out there causing riots and, you know what I mean? Raiding Wawas and attacking people for no reason. He's focused on what he's doing. And that's all anybody needs. 100%.
Yep. Yep, I agree. Yeah, everybody's got the skeletons. It don't matter who you are. I mean, pretty much, if you don't have it in your family, you definitely know somebody that's had issues with hard drugs. And
you know, usually when people get into drugs, it's them synthetically creating happiness. if they were able to be happy while sober and pursue their passion, they wouldn't have gotten into drugs to begin with. Drugs
Yeah.
make you feel a certain way that you don't normally.
Yeah.
See, me, I drink, okay? But I don't like people, and I got immense stage fright. So I tend to become uber honest, and I lube up, and I get outgoing when I got a little buzz on. And after years of it, I don't drink and to get drunk, but I'll get a buzz on like before I come on here. Um, it's my way of liking people. Otherwise, I'm an extreme introvert. I'm boring. I'll just watch tech shit and edit stuff, and I don't want to be bothered with anybody. I get stage fright. I guess it's like social anxiety to a point. So I have a few beers in me before I go out, and then I'm the life of the party. Um, and smoking, I just started stealing mom's cigarettes when I was 12 or 13. So I was doomed from that from the beginning. I like the actual, I like smoking. And
I quit smoking in 2016 when I woke up 2 nights in a row at midnight and couldn't breathe.
oh, that'll do
Literally
it.
struggling for every breath. And the second night, the first night I struggled for about 3 hours. The second night I struggled from midnight until 1:30 the next day when Marvin got home. He had been out of town and he got home and he took me to urgent care and they gave me a breathing treatment, prednisone, and they gave me this puffer and told me to take it whenever I had a hard time breathing. I tried it once. I took a hit off at one time. That was it. And I came home, I lit a cigarette. I tried to take a drag off of it. It about killed me. I put the cigarette out. The cigarette is still sitting in my windowsill in my bathroom, where it will sit forever because that's just where it's going to sit. And I'll never touch it, but it's there because they say that when you do that, if you just leave it there forever, you'll never worry about smoking again. And I've never had a problem. I mean, every now and then I will smell a cigarette and go, oh my God, I kind of think I want to drag. And then I go, yeah, fuck that. It was way too easy to quit. There's no fucking way I'd start smoking again. No, hell no.
I moved to cigars for a while. I actually had quit smoking at one point. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't nothing. And then I dated a girl who smoked and drank and all of that. And one day I was just like, give me one of those cigarettes. If I could go back, I would have slapped my hand right there and then. You know, I was a gym buff. I was athletic, no smoking, no drinking, no nothing. And then I dated a girl and she would smoke like constantly. And I was just like, give me one of those things. And I'll stop eventually. I have to.
Oh, I smoked from the time I was, I think I started smoking it when I was 13 and I smoked until 2016. So, yeah, I smoked many years, but it's so weird. I kind of kicked myself in the ass because it was really, it was really easy to quit. Really easy. So
The ashtray, though, I'll be honest, the ashtray smokes more of my cigarette than I do.
Yep.
It's talking about all this smoking. Here we go.
And at the price of cigarettes now, holy fuck, you better take every drag.
Well, that's what Kia said. She quit when it was $4 for a pack of 30. Now I hear it's 60. It's insane. And in New York, we're paying $14 a pack unless you go to the Indian reservation.
And there's only 20 in the pack.
Yeah, the Indian reservation, you're paying like $4 to $5 a pack.
Oh,
So it's like $50 a carton.
Now I think they're way more here. I think in Washington they're like, it's crazy, like $95. No, I think it's like $95 for a carton.
And everything is fucking tax. In New York, a pack of cigarettes still costs $5, but with the tax, it's like 14. It's like a $9 tax on per pack.
All right, guys.
Good night, Eli. Have fun.
Either take that phone or mute it.
So,
Mute
fat chested female said, give all your shit away and start living. The happiest people I know are the ones with nothing. It sounds strange, I know, but it's true. I know. That's why I want a fucking RV. I'm ready.
Yeah, and I'm working on it. I have the RV. I'm getting rid of all the shit.
There you go. Shred it.
We might have to do. Actually, this will be the second emergency pickup I got to do. I have a friend who's stranded right now,
The fuck?
and Eli might be the second one who's stranded. But I told them both. Oh, he's good. Okay, mic's off. Don't bother me. I'm live. Tell the whole world hello. I one night a week. I say I go live one night a week. Leave me the fuck alone. One night a week,
One
and
night
then
a
it's
week.
every time on a Tuesday, the whole world hits me up. I should tell them the live stream's on Wednesday.
I think I've got everybody trained now. They're pretty good. Most people don't. They know. They're like, no, she busy. She ain't gonna answer.
Oh shit, Tony.
Tony,
Tony's coming on tonight. He told me when he was on my live last night.
are you? Are you coming on, Tony?
Oh boy.
I know.
Bobby
I
has
hope it's all
monkeypox.
right. I don't know where she is.
She's mad I didn't send the package yet, but I'm working on it. I got custom shit coming her way.
No.
Tony, yeah, I got monkeypox. Eli finally decided to cuddle.
Yep. Stuck it in his ear. It came
Well,
out
they
the
don't
side.
do this for a reason. It just stayed like that.
That's right.
So tonight I got a face made for radio, and I'm gonna keep looking this way. I got a voice for TV and a face for radio. What do you want?
and an ear for Eli. I'm gonna go grab a pop. Just a minute. Just
All
a
right, you
second.
do that,
Okay,
and
keep talking.
I'm gonna hit the bathroom after. So if you guys haven't been here or seen it from the beginning, though, our thoughts and prayers are with Yank tonight. He's got a monster of a storm that's going to be hitting the Gulf area, down in Florida, and they're saying it might hit Category 4. And he's done all the preparation that he can, and we're hoping that the storm treats him okay, and that he makes it through it with minimal, if any, damage at all. The poor guy just had to get his new car. The missus was in an accident, and now this. So, good vibes. Everybody send good vibes down to Yank. And hopefully everybody is all right. Can you put a link to your channel in the description later? Absolutely, Damon. In fact, I'll type in the comment section right now. You just look up Bobby Bacalino, just like this. And my channel should come right up. I went on a rant. It was the last live I did, and I was waiting to see. I can't believe I got no strikes, no nothing on it. I asked my FBI friend, and apparently it was risky, but at the same time, it was all right. I haven't had the house raided yet. Hey to all the beautiful ladies in the chat. Aren't they all? All ladies are beautiful. But now Gutter's back. I'm gonna let you run the comments for a second. I'm gonna hit the bathroom, and then Eli left without closing shit up. So I will be right back.
All right.
All right.
See you in a minute. Okay, what do we got? Tony. And I really can't. I'm driving to the other side of Houston and shit. Oh my God, dude, you got more fucking excuses and. But okay, fine. What do you mean? What are you sorry for? Why are you sorry, Fly Crew? You're never sorry. What's wrong? Did I miss something? Okay, don't be typing if you're on the freeway. Christ almighty, Tony. need to learn to talk text or whatever that is. My cousin does it all the time. And what else do we have here? Can you put a link in your channel in the description later? I'm not sure what that was. Oh, I took a drink of Pepsi and now, boy. Okay, so what else did I have to talk about? Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. First of all, Android phones. I've noticed lately that my Android phone keeps updating like weird shit, like security stuff, and it's never done that, not this much before. Kind of wondering what the fuck's going on with that. Has anybody else, do they have an Android and it has issues with that? What's
As far-
yours? What's yours, Bobby? Your phone.
What I have
Is
an
it,
Android.
so are you getting lots of service updates? Like, let me see if I can see it here.
I have it set to automatic, so I don't even see it when it does it.
Privacy
Um,
notice update. And then it says agree to the Samsung account privacy notice, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's weird.
well, there's been a lot of legislation going around town that well, they're hunting citizens at this point.
I know.
Are we gonna get a little political tonight? Because I mean,
Oh, hell
it's
yeah.
it's kind of, we kind of know where we're at this point. It's so blatantly obvious. The squeeze is on.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people waking up. People that we didn't think would ever wake up. I think they're now waking up going, what the fuck?
And like Tuppy said, it is important for security patches. I understand that. Um, I've done some firewalling and IT work myself, but at the same time,
But it
with
seems like a
it's kind
lot.
of like the Patriot Act. They hide a lot of shit in it, and when your government has declared you the enemy, who's the security patch for at this point anymore? Um, it just came out the United States Postal Services have been tracking gun owners illegally spying on Americans.
Yeah.
Visa and MasterCard are declining purchases at FFLs because it goes against their terms of service. Buying guns is against terms of service from subsidiary cards that they run, like Green Dot and all that. If they're under the Visa, the Visa, kind of like how blockchain works. If they're on the Visa ledger or their network, you're not allowed to buy guns with the cards.
Yeah, Bank of America is really bad for it. Mishka said she's been having problems. She said she was thinking the same thing about the whole phone updating. So at least I'm not the only one. Guess they're watching us, Mishka. Oh well. My mom always said, while they're fucking talking about me, they're leaving somebody else alone. So
I like that, but they're leaving alone the fucking terrorists, rapists, and murderers, and they're bothering us tax-paying citizens. I also have a dinosaur of a phone. I don't even think they make updates for my phone anymore. They're surprised it's still working.
So Marvin, as you know, or I think a lot of people have known it. He is old school, and he had a flip phone right up until a couple weeks ago when our friend from Alaska came and visited for a few days, and he talked Marvin into getting a smartphone. And I thought, oh, fuck, my life's over. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. I mean, I'm not shitting you. If he comes near my laptop while I'm on it, it will slow down. It will fuck up. It will do all kind. See, I just talk about him and see, did it just cut out?
No, you're good on this end.
Oh, huh. On this end,
Well,
it
tell them
shows.
to get off the Wi-Fi when you're streaming.
Well, he's not on. But the thing about it is he actually can work all the shit on his phone. I am so surprised at how well he has adapted to it. It's just amazing. I'm telling you, I can't believe it. It's like, holy shit, he's got it figured out. And I'm telling you, he is like old school, old man. He doesn't like shit like that. He's a mechanic at heart, so he needs to be able to fix it, and he needs to be able to see it and fix it with a wrench and a screwdriver, and if not, a sledgehammer.
Well, they're making these phones ridiculous now. Like my phones, I could still pop the batteries out. Now people might ask,
I
why is
can't.
that such a big deal?
It's
For two
huge.
reasons. You ever notice that batteries start to die faster as time goes on? Charging seems to get slower, and then you get charging port issues. Well, what I did was for whatever phone I had, I would buy an extra battery or two extra batteries. So when I went out, when my battery was gonna die, I just slapped in a brand new one, and I didn't have to wait to charge or nothing. And just shit like that, little things that people don't think about. Imagine your phone's about to die, you're scrambling to look for a charger, or you got to make a phone call and you're on 3%. You could just slap in a new battery and you're back to 199% instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly. You know what I mean? And it's
Yep.
shit like that people don't think about. They take away all these little conveniences. And to me, those things are worth their weight in gold. I don't care how fancy your camera is. If you can't fucking instantly slap in a battery and recharge the life of it, then you're at the tether of a charger. Power goes out. Wouldn't you like to know you have 3 or 4 backup batteries for your cell phone? Now, we don't want Yank to waste your Wi-Fi hotspot just to communicate with us. You don't need that to post to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure your gas in your car is at 100%. Get an extra 5-gallon gas can for the car. And that's what you're going to use for air conditioning and charging your phone if you can't get power to the house. Your car is good for that. You know what I mean? It
Mm-hmm.
sucks, but that's what we did. We had no power for over a week, and I had extra gas cans and my car. My car is what I used to charge my phone. And when it was unbearably hot, I would go out into the car, run it for a little while with the AC on, chill out,
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
in Florida. It's hot to begin with in Florida.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine. Jesus, they drip wet. I mean,
Yep.
he literally will be just dripping wet while he's talking to me or whatever. I mean, like, it's just that fucking hot. And Susie will do the same thing. My best friend, she's like, it is fucking hot. She has a swimming pool, so she spends a lot of time out at her swimming pool. And she lives in the same town as Yang. Are you froze, Bob?
No, I'm reading some of the comments. I saw that Fly Crew was also talking about. Reiterate what you had just said. I got distracted for a second. I'm sorry. That's the ADD.
I was talking about my friend Sue. She said it's just, she wrings wet with sweat. And when I talk to her, she'll be on video chat and she'll be out by her pool. And it's just like literally, if
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not in the pool, the shit's just running off of her.
It's a tropical zone. My grandfather moved down there, and he said it's when you go outside, it's like a wet fucking blanket that just hits you. And unless you're raised in it, it takes a long time to get used to that. And Yankee, being from up here, being a bigger dude, and yeah, it's got to be. It's exhausting, and it's like literally like a wet blanket just that
Mhm.
coats you. There's no escaping it without air conditioning.
Yep. Sugar Britches said she doesn't want to invade Wasp's privacy
Yeah.
or bug her, but she left a comment on her last video that was posted on her channel on 8/28. And she's right, it's not like her to miss our stream. But she said she'll let us know if she hears from him or from her. Fly Crew said having backup battery chargers kind of alleviates having spare batteries. Less convenient, though. Yeah, I know.
Now, I did find this one thing that I kind of like. Let me see if I can pull it up. And you know how you get the DC inserts that you put into your car and then your USB plugs into it?
Yes.
Well, they have one at AutoZone, and I think it was only like $25. it is a battery bank that fits in. Now it's probably only good. I think I've used it at most. I've used it without fully using it to like 50 or 60% charge. But like I plug it into the DC, I plug my USB in it, and it's good enough for a lightning charge. And then even when you turn your car off and you go in, I pull it out of the DC and throw it in my pocket, and it keeps charging my phone. It's like a mini little battery bank that they
Yeah.
sell. I think it's like a monster. I want to say Monster, but I don't think it's Monster. I'll take a picture
Yeah,
of it and put it up.
we have a couple of them. Marvin gets them from Horizon, Alaska Airlines. They give them out, and they're really small, but you can charge them, and then you can take them with you, and you can use them to charge your phone and shit with.
The more expensive ones are compact, but you could also jump a car with it. Like they make some really good ones. You get what you pay for with those, though. If you buy the cheap ones, don't expect the world out of it. If you get one for $300, $400, $500, you're getting what you get what you pay for with those.
Marvin has one, and actually, him and Sean both have one, and they use theirs all the time. Sean starts all kinds of shit with it. Marvin starts his Geo with it. Because the battery terminal or something seems to be funky on it. So he'll charge his, and it's just one of those little ones that it comes in a black case, and it's got little jumper cables on it, and shit, it works pretty slick to start his Geo with.
Yeah. Well, the Geo's got a tiny engine. You might not be able to start my bus with that because the cranking amps are completely different. You know,
Yeah,
my friend had a Geo Metro. His mother had a Geo Metro, a little sedan from like, I want to say it was the 1990s. And we were all playing football one day and decided to pick up her car and just move it across the street.
my
And we
kids.
did.
Yes, my kids used to do that shit to Marvin all the time and hide his
Yep.
car on him.
We
We'd be at the
did it.
ball game, and they'd move it.
She flipped the fuck out going, who drove my car? How'd you get the keys? I had the keys the whole time. Give me the other set of keys. And we're going, we picked it up and moved it. Bullshit. No, we picked it up and she wouldn't believe us for nothing until we called our friends, come back, and we all picked it up and carried it back across the street. That she calmed down because she swore to God somebody stole her car. Who had the keys? How dare you? And we're like, we picked it up and moved it. It only took but 8 of us. There wasn't many of us. There was 8 of us. 4 on each side, and we just picked up the car and moved it.
I think there was only 4 or 5 kids here. They were all football players in high school, and they just picked the car. The one time they were here at home, and they picked his car up and turned it around. So instead of it being drove into the driveway frontwards, it was backed in, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I mean, yeah, oh yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they used to
you can
love
move
to
them around.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it with ease. It wasn't even like any of us were struggling. Yeah.
Yep. Especially those Geos. Yeah. We've had 3 Geo Metros. One was a 4-door and the other 2 were 2-door.
Yep.
And Marvin loves them. The kids call Marvin the Geo Whisperer because if nobody else can make the Geo run, Marvin can.
Well, they're very efficient. Just
mind
your manners in traffic. That's all.
He gets anywhere from 35 to 40. He gets anywhere. If he's in the city here and he's stuck in a lot of traffic, he'll get about 38 miles to the gallon. If he can go at a reasonable speed and not get stuck in too much traffic, he can be at about 45 miles to the gallon. But if he takes it to Idaho for an 8-hour drive, he can get 54 miles to the gallon.
That's insane.
That's fucking insane. He's done it twice.
See, now all these guys want to get all these fast supercars and all that, and I get it. But look at Marv, 54 miles a gallon, beautiful wife, family at home, got a house, buying an RV. You pick what's important to you. I drive a fucking Santa Fe. It's a silver Santa Fe.
That's what Matt drives. A silver Santa Fe.
That's what I got. Yep. and I get a good 20 to 27 miles a gallon depending on it. But
Matthew got ripped off.
I
Matthew,
wanted my big V8 pickup truck lifted with the monster tires. Now I already have a bus if I want to get 6 miles to the gallon. I have a big badass dually, you know, but I'm selling it because it ain't what unless you're gonna justify it. Now, if I had my pickup truck, trust me, I'd use it. I'd be towing shit around like crazy. But I'm just saying, for right now, for what I do, I got a work truck to use for it. So the Santa Fe to zip me around, I'm all right. The guys pull up in the big badass trucks, and then you see them struggling to gas it up. You know what I mean?
Tony said a strong windy day will blow that car off when you go over it. Marvin goes, remember, we live in the city of bridges, and he's done it quite a bit, and he goes back and forth twice a day for 31 years now, and probably 20. I would say about 28 of them have been in a Geo, or 25 of them have been in a Geo Metro. So, and he's done fine. But let me tell you, on that note, I had a Ford Escort, and I used to drive back and forth to Idaho when we were dating, and I would drive from Idaho to here, and we had a car topper that I would put on the top of the car, and
Oh
it
boy.
would. Oh, let me tell you what, you go through the gorge. Holy shit, man. We're talking windsurfing the whole way. You
Oh
literally
boy.
just, between that and it would rain, so you were just hydroplaning all the way through the fucking gorge. It was a nightmare. But I always made it somehow.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, Jen. And I also want to say hi to who else came in that
Hi,
I
Jen.
didn't. Dave. Hey, Jen. And hey, Pesky.
Yep, 54 miles to the gallon. I know. Holy shit. There are motorcycles that will get pissed at Marvin because he's done it a few times. It's amazing how well that car, and he can park that fucker anywhere. He'll be in a parking lot where, usually you can only park like a motorcycle. He'll squeeze his fucking Geo right in there. One time he always parks at work in the same spot in the shade, and he always backs in. Well, this great big dude in this fucking monster pickup hated Marvin. He was a pilot. He was actually an instructor for the pilots. Well, he ended up driving over the side of Marvin's Geo. Fucking. So what did Marvin do? The guy was going to lose his job over it. So Marvin fucking goes, no, I don't want you to take and have it fixed. Nope, I want you to come to work. He goes, I have a buffer. You just bring it over to my house and I'll buff it out for you. Marvin goes, nope, I'm not bringing it to your house. I want you to do it at work in the parking lot. Marvin made him buff out his fucking Geo Metro in the parking lot to get the
In front of
bumps.
everybody.
Yeah, in front of fucking everybody. That guy ended up losing his job.
It's like when you march your daughter around with a sign, I will not dress like a slut wearing a skirt like a
There you
slut.
go.
You embarrass them. Yep.
There you go. Somebody said Dave was here. I don't see him. Hi,
Yeah,
Dave.
Dave hopped in earlier.
Oh, there you are.
Dave 75. Yeah, good evening.
Dave.
I'll tell you though, when
Thanks for
people want to say, "Oh, you're driving a Santa Fe," that's when I'll pull out my motorcycle. It's an 1100 V twin with straight pipes. I got some shit with some balls on it. Don't you worry. But when I'm zipping around back and forth, I'll tell you, I drove the bus every day for HBO up in the mountains. It cost me $100 in gas a day. That's $2,000 a month.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
So I got my little Santa Fe. Cost me about $30 a week if I do a lot of driving. You know what I mean? So it's a big difference. And then if I want to show that I got a motor that could get me around with some balls on it, I'll pull out the motorcycle. When I set your car alarm off, don't stop bitching. You know, every guy's got to have his hot rod.
Maureen said she's got to go. Good night,
Where the
Maureen.
fuck you going, Marine? Good night,
Looks
Marine.
like
I give you the
she's
Tom
headed
Hanks wave.
That's right. A weed whacker engine. I'm telling you, it kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, might. That's all right. We ain't mad about it. Um, we ain't mad about it at all. Gotta go. I fed 30 people after the races, and everyone loved it. Sorry you missed out.
I'm so bummed I missed it.
I'm guessing Dave lives up by you. What were the races?
He
What are the
does.
races? You guys
The
had
races
races?
they do. They. What are they called, Dave? They do like the one time I went out and they did. They were doing the combine races, but they also do the derby. And
Okay.
it's all on dirt tracks.
Oh, the
And
Mudders.
yeah, it's pretty incredible to watch. It's all on
They
dirt
are.
tracks.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty much dry, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
They also
Yeah,
have the ones on the mud where it's just drifting everywhere. I
yeah.
just missed Sunday. I wanted to go out, I didn't get the chance to. They just had the enduro races with the demolition derby and stuff out in Riverhead Raceway.
Mm-hmm.
But next year, I'm going to the monster truck show. Every year, I used to go and bring my little brothers and sisters, and
Mm-hmm.
we go to Nassau Coliseum. Now, a lot of people they go, "Oh, it's such a small venue, they don't really get to take flight." Do you know what we get in Nassau Coliseum? You ever sat in a speaker box with a fucking monster truck? You feel it. You're right fucking there. They even let me run the spotlights once. I got to move the big spotlights on the trucks and shit. And you get a full on experience. I know it's a pity stop, but you don't hear it when you go watch them outdoors. When you hear them outdoors, you hear they're loud. When you're indoors, you feel them. It
Mm-hmm.
makes it hard to breathe. And that's half the thrill for me.
Yeah. These guys, man, it's really fun to watch. None of these guys, they're just hardworking people that get out there and they put rigs together and they just
Yep.
haul balls around that track. He said here, I think he was asking me if I was talking about St. Helens or last weekend, stock car circle track. So, but yeah, it's pretty fun to watch. The funnest thing to watch for me is watching those combines and how they kick each other's ass. It's a combine derby and they take old combines and they just start kicking the shit out of each other. It is super fun to watch. But that's when that's part of their derby that they have that they do every weekend in Banks. And then
Shit.
they also have one that goes on in St. Helens, I think. And I don't know, I could be fucking it all up. David, I'm sure will tell me if I am, but yeah, it's pretty cool. We have a lot of fun. Sean lives out by there, so they have a blast going out there and doing that. And so we sometimes go out and hang out with them. It's a good time.
The three things that I regret not doing this year was I missed the monster truck show. I go to the fire department drill teams
Oh yeah,
where it's burnt rubber and cam 2 and firefighters racing to either hook up fire hydrants or climb ladders on these badass trucks and dragsters. I haven't been to any of those. And then I think Riverhead season is coming to a close. I didn't get to go to one enduro, one legend race, one demolition derby. This whole section of the year was about getting my ass back on track. You know what I mean? So getting the
yep.
full-time job, getting everything set up for next year as far as video production, editing. I just started fucking with Photoshop. I don't know if you saw my Facebook post. I threw up a quick little mock-up because I was playing with different things for Photoshop for Rick. A gun people or hey gun people. Hold on, I'm gonna share screen again. But this was the first thing I played with on Photoshop, Facebook. It was where the fuck did it go? There we go. A hey gum people or gum people shirt. So like I'm learning how to do all of the different shading, the text, the cropping, and all of that. So I'm gonna be making a bunch of fucking designs, and I tried to hire some people out, but the unreliable, expensive, or take fucking forever. So I have
Mhm.
Photoshop and all that, and I was like, well, fuck it. We'll make merch. How many of you guys throw in the comment section if we had Yank and Gutter fucking merch? Would you all be interested in getting a mug, a cap, a koozie, a coaster, an ashtray, a t-shirt, a hoodie, and it helps support the cause, you know, because
Be freaking cool.
yeah, it's like a club, you know. And then
I know.
stickers or something just to slap on your window or your bumper or decals or something. It's fun.
Yeah, in fact, the guy Dave 75, I actually met him through Portland Andy. That's exactly where he comes from. And here's Portland Andy's sticker. Check out what he uses. I don't know if anybody knows about, if you are in Portland and you there's an area where they have this sign and it actually says, it used to say Oregon across it. And then they changed the sign and now it says something else. I can't remember. Anyways, it's been there forever. And they usually light up that nose with a red nose at Christmas time. Well,
Oh shit.
Portland kind of went off of this and he uses this. This is his sticker. This is like his logo. And I just think it's super cool. But yeah.
We gotta come up with something. Look, I would like a mug or something. I don't know about a shirt. Well, we can also go out of the box on here. Custom holsters, custom
Austin,
backpacks, custom bug out bags, anything and
Austin,
everything.
you'll wear me if I
Patches
say,
you could put on anything,
and Austin, you'll wear me if I want you to wear me.
Oh, well, yeah, there
Like,
would also be
I want
there would
on
be
your
Yank
chest.
shit, Gutter shit, Yank and Gutter shit.
If I want on your chest, Austin, you'll let me on your chest.
We could come out with even cups. Now, Wasp bitch, if you watch this back, you want here. Let me show you a little something I've been working on for Wasp bitch. Hold on.
Oh.
I was sent her a care package, and here's. Give me 1 second. Cart. I've been having a tough decision on this. Okay.
Dave said the Combine Derby is once per year at our community barbecue weekend, also with the truck and tractor pulls. That's what it is. That's the
Truck
fucking
and tractor pulls. Oh shit.
Yes. Yeah, it's super fun to go. It's a blast.
So for Gutter, for Wasp bitch, I wanted to send her these drink glasses. Give it a second.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. And
Dirty rotten
it's
bastard.
cut from a Wasp concert. It was a picture from them live in concert. And then I wanted to give her fleece blankets. This is Wasp with the skeleton in the middle. And I'm using Shutterfly for this. And I was thinking about this one for the blanket, but because I couldn't get Wasp centered, I figured I'd use it for the glass. So I want to send her this fleece blanket, 60 by 80. So it's a pretty big fleece blanket. And then 2 custom drink glasses along with her birthday sign. And I'm going to tell you right now, though. Did I not share?
No.
I didn't share. No, I didn't share. Now we're sharing. Okay, now you get to see. Hold on. Okay. So these are the drink glasses I wanted to have made up. And it's a picture from one of their concerts of Wasp. I wanted to send one for her and her husband. And then I wanted to have a fleece blanket made like this.
But is that a glass or a coffee cup?
No, those 2 are drink glasses. I could probably do a mug. I think I could do a mug. I like the drink glasses so they can use it when we all do our lives for iced tea and stuff.
Yeah.
And for this, I mean, we'll take a vote, but these are 2 of the things I was going to send to Wasp for her care package. and well, I thought it was a nice gesture. As far as Shutterfly, I really like Shutterfly. I've used them a few times, and they're on point. Their prices are fair. And as far as our merch, though, I wouldn't be using Shutterfly. I'm gonna run campaign ads, so as you order them, they get made and they can be customized even further. Because I order these, they're pre-ordered, and then we sit on them. So I'm gonna set up a campaign where, as you order them, they get made and they go out. So if you wanted to put in a custom little something on it, you could get it customized for yourself instead of, it's a million ways to do it. I could do with the a booby prize shirt. Well, I've been fucking around with Photoshop and shit, so we are coming up with booby prizes. It's gonna be up to Yank and Gutter to figure out all the people, and it only takes but what, the first 15 seconds of every episode. Go back to all the lives, comprise a list of every person who's ever won the booby prize for first comment, and every person will get an official booby prize shirt or mug. And I'll pay for it out of pocket. I will fund it, and you guys just make sure you support the fucking channel, and we'll get the word out. Share, like, and subscribe. Make sure people come hang out with the cool kids and grow this family, grow this group of people around the world who understand what the government's doing, who understand what having friends are for, and who understand that everybody's just trying to get through life, and we all come here together, and and here we are.
Yep, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, we are the Cool Kids Army. Whether you're from Good Luck America, whether you're out of the box, or whether you're yanking a gutter, we are the Cool Kids Army, and we will take over the world. We are the no longer silent majority, but the quiet majority. That's why they don't know about us yet.
Gutter Boo Boo first aid kit.
Gutter Boo Boo first. Yeah.
All you need is some tape. You're good.
You got to give him a little decal of some lips. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Make him feel better.
That's right. Let's see. Dave said this weekend we're racing in Lebanon, Oregon. Then we're replacing the body of my buddy's car for the biggest dirt race on the West Coast in Vegas in November. Matt and Andy are going too. Wow, that would be super fun. But I don't want to
have vacation days by then. I'll have personal time. Fuck it. Let's go to Vegas.
No doubt. I don't want to fly though. Just tell Marvin to get my RV and we'll drive there.
Tell Marvin to rent my RV and I'll fly there. I'll tell you though, that fucking RV has been pretty convenient, parked behind a bar outside the village. It's been nice. I've been enjoying it, unfortunately, by myself. So.
I think that's a really smart thing. Then you don't have to worry about getting any DUIs or anything. You're safe. You just go right from there. Climb in the motor
right outside of the fucking village where all the life in Babylon happens.
That's right. And take a nap and you're good.
Fucking tits. Nap.
Pesky said he wants the flat-chested girl booby prize.
Well, I got news for you. The monograms put on the mugs aren't exactly 3D, so it will be flat. But it might be chesty. It's a booby prize.
Mishka said, yes, I could drink my coffee and Bailey's out of my Cool Peeps Gutter Yank mug. That'd be funny if the booby prizes were those mugs that have the boobs that kind of roll in. Do you know what I'm talking about? They're coffee mugs and the boobs are like just sat in there and they kind of roll around in there. So they're boobs, but they like bounce.
Well, you would have to get your hands on that. I have been corrected. Okay, Yank. He's on the Gulf side of Florida. When I showed on the map where he was, I wasn't trying to get too specific, because we are global.
Right.
He's in about the middle of the mullet.
Right.
I live on the armpit. He lives on America's mullet. We're both sandbars. We're both armpits. But he's on the Gulf side. He's on the west side that leads into the Gulf. I wasn't gonna pinpoint where his fucking house was,
No,
but
please
so
don't.
you all know, look for Fort Myers and Cape Coral. That's where he is. He's getting the fucking brunt of the storm. I was trying to shield you a little bit, but you were in the general vicinity of the mid
Now,
to north mid. I gave a general area. I wasn't trying to zoom in and say, here's street view of Yank's house. But we will both between me and Gutter Yank. You keep us updated, and we'll keep everybody else updated. Whether it's through Facebook or YouTube, I'll go fucking live. We'll go live. You want to hop on live? I got plenty of StreamYard time because I never fucking used it. Maybe we go live twice tonight. Tonight's before the storm, and then we could have a post storm if Yank can't make it. If either one of us, keep us informed, then we'll go live and give people an update because we're all thinking about you.
okay, but you can't stay on the missus until this is over, okay? You gotta let her.
Jen G. Okay, I have thought this for a minute. I ran into Jen G on Chuck Bronson's live. You remember that, Jen? We saw each other. I haven't been on there since February. I think February. Chuck Bronson. Me and Jen, I'm pretty sure it was Jen G back when. I was like, aren't you from Good Luck America? And we were fucking conversing in the comment section. Chuck Bronson's fucking awesome. He goes around basically following the cops everywhere in Florida. He's in
Oh.
Where the fuck is he at? Fort Lee? No, not Fort Lee. We're all moderators now. You got Oso and all of them. You got Dragonfly or Dragonet. But Jen G, that's fucking awesome. You brought up Chuck Bronson. Yep. Usually middle of the night. He's down from Florida. I remember, yes. We were on the Cool Kids. Yeah, and that's when you guys had just started all of this. We were all talking in Rick's channel, and then you guys said, when did we start this? It had to have been like December, January. You guys started this with Tuppy. Well, Tuppy actually started it.
When did we start? She knows. She got fucking date one right down.
And then
brain.
I ran into Jen G in the comment section of Chuck Bronson's live. Welcome, Mick.
Did you see what Pesky said? He said, flat-chested female, big, small, just let me peek at one, and I'll imagine the other. You know where that comes from. Has anybody ever watched Rodney Carrington? Oh,
can't say that I have.
Oh, my God, he's so funny. He had his own sitcom, but he does comedy. But he's really good at singing. Let me pull him up because he is funnier than shit. You gotta
give him a yank.
My favorite song that he does is show them to me. Okay, just a minute. I can't see you guys because I'm looking on. Oh, you piece of shit. Okay. When I'm in a hurry, it won't. Yeah, see, Yank, show them to me. He knows. Of course he does. He woke right up as soon as we said that.
I'm going to work on a booby prize design. I might incorporate Judy Booty if we get permission from Rick. I remember when WOW stood for Whip 'em Out Wednesday, but I was too young to know what it means, and by the time I was old enough, it ended. Fucked up.
Come on, you fucking thing. Okay, where is it?
I'll tell
So,
you though, next year I'm going on vacation in that fucking RV like nobody's business. I've been lining up trips, scoping out parks, getting everything in line. Every chance I get, I'm gonna be fucking exploring. So this
hey,
year's the prep year. You got it?
yes. So
All right.
when he does these, he girls start flashing him in the audience, and it is the funniest thing. What the hell? God, why is it taking so long for this shit?
Because you're live. Everything will go smooth until you're like, let me just pull it up. And then I got something else though. Don't yank while you're here. I got something else with the with your generator that I thought about after the fact.
Okay, just a second.
Especially because you have an outside unit. There's a genius way to fucking do this without a suicide cord.
All right, here we go. In just a minute. Can we hear it?
Barely. I'm gonna mute my mic so you don't get feedback. Blast it.
Okay.
Guys, you don't get to ride the big green tractor.
Okay, so we should stop so I don't get a copyright. I'm probably gonna have to stop this whole video or
No,
put
you
a
commenting on it. You're all right. You might get an explicit nudity warning, but if you
Oh
found
my
it on
God.
YouTube, is that on YouTube?
Yes, it's on
All
YouTube.
right. All right. So then they can't get you with that. Fuck off.
Okay, so the old guy in the back here, this guy here, he's funny as fuck, and you have to watch him because it gets better. So just watch here.
There's no such thing as a bad rest. I believe this much is true. You're a big fat man, I'm a titty fan, and I'd love to see yours too.
Yep. Oh boy. Hey yo. All right, roll them back up. I ain't buying Bill a beer though.
It's like the girls gone wild on TV. Just lean back and show your act, and I'll be an ecstasy. If you got two cassavas, show them to me.
Ash.
Come on, baby, let me see. All the
Believe it's
world,
good to ask for titties though, huh?
it'll lead up and it'll give me one. We'll make history. You love your country.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I say you love
There
your
he goes. Woo! You want to know? I have to admit something I'm kind of ashamed about with my titties. I think I just got one off. And I blame Eli.
So I thought this was the one where the old guy stands up and he just loses it right in the middle of the song, but it wasn't. You guys got to watch Rodney Carrington. If you watch his whole concert, he is funnier than shit. And this is one of his really good songs. It just cracks me up how all those chicks get up there and start. Trust me, if I was 18, my ass would have been in there, and I'm telling you, it would have happened. My poor kids would have hated me. Anyway,
Yeah.
super fun.
Well, Yanks warning us not to get this live stream deleted.
No,
I keep coming home.
He wants to
I
go
keep
back
going out. I don't know. I don't know what comes of me, but I keep coming home and on Sunday mornings when I go to take my Sunday morning shower, I keep finding girls' numbers on my chest. There's something on Saturday nights because I always have Sharpies. Well, I keep coming home and finding new girls' numbers all over my chest. I don't call any of them because if you're gonna sign my titties, you must be a groupie, and I don't want to catch I don't want to catch nothing bad. But I got this thing. This has got to be the third or fourth time in the past 2 or 3 weeks that I take my shirt off and I go, ah! I jump back from the mirror because I'm like, what the fuck's on me? And it's I keep getting, well, girls will sign guys' titties too. So the guys out there, ask a chick to sign your titties, and well, you might regret it in the morning like I do.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy, you got to watch. He's got another one, and Pesky brings it up. Wieners and wine. That's the one where the old man. Oh my gosh, I got to show it now. Now that he brought it up. I mean, if
Here we go.
if
All
we're
right,
gonna
Yank, I had nothing to do with wieners and wine. We're still live at this moment. I got nothing doing with that.
wieners and wine. I mean, come on, you can't get better than that.
You know, it was a lot of fun last week, and I think I have some footage from it, which maybe I'll bring to you guys live next Sunday if you're around. I've been getting invited to behind the scenes practice sessions at studios. That's where I got my tits signed for the first time by some beautiful woman. Her name was Melinda, and that was the first one to make me scream. And then all of a sudden, I got my titties signed like every time I go out now. I'm turning into a little slut. Look out. I was a Romeo. You know what happens to Romeos? You fucking women fuck us up. You know that, Gutter. God bless you for not fucking Marv up.
Oh, he's fucked up. Don't shit yourself.
We try to be Romeos.
I
You got it?
fucked him up. I fucked him up.
You got it
no
ready
doubt.
to go?
Yes, just a minute. Let me see here. Share screen.
I want to see a video of Yank put a parachute on and tie himself to a tree. Come on, no balls. Go for a flight.
I want it to be the right one, though. I hope this is the right one. Damn it.
So she wasn't ready to go. You see how they lie? You see how they lie?
Wasn't ready. She wasn't
Flick in the
ready.
bean. Flick the bean. It'll be all right.
Oh, come on.
Mr. Intramaker 1.
Oh, my God, that shit's loud.
Bobby, LMAO. I'm not sure your LMAO. Oh, is it the parachute? My uncle did that once. Never took flight, though.
Okay. Here we go.
That's the one thing that it likes, and I did it there. Well, did it there. I said, great things in my head. I love you.
He loses it.
What is the bacon in his truck? I don't know he does.
Good night, Ann.
It'll be like a little wiener and wine. You can
Did you just say Bobby? Hey! Found my titties. I think I
You can go back out there. Look at that. Oh my god, it's funny as shit. Let's sing
Rodney
along.
Carrington. Here's the
Oh, he's funnier than shit.
Rodney Carrington. It's choppy though, the video. You know, that reminds me of something that I tell come every Christmas. It has to do with wieners and beer. It's it starts off of towards the night before Christmas, and all through the house, the whole damn family was drunk as a louse. You know that one? You gotta know that one.
Yes.
Night, Mishka.
Oh, everybody's leaving? You guys know?
Appreciate you, Yank. I'm taking it. It seems like we're losing the audience. Hey, we're not getting you banned. We're just turning all the viewers off.
Well, we still have 20 watching, but why is Mishka leaving? Is she just tired?
Sounds like Yank could come back on for a minute to say goodnight to everybody because it's sign out time. It technically is sign out time.
2 hours.
As far as the generator thing, though, the only thing I wanted to say to Yank, which may not make much sense right now, but if you do your portable generator tie-in where your outdoor AC is, outdoor ACs are generally already two-phase. You run 2 hots and a neutral. You'll see 2 hots going out there. If you tie in there, then you're already feeding both bus bars to your panel. So you can light up the whole panel and keep your AC running. And all you do is get a lockout for the breaker you put up by the main, and it's 100% legal. You don't need to pull permits or nothing. There's a video I will tag you in. I just posted to Facebook for my friend Joe Sepp. But if you already have an outdoor air conditioner, well, all you got to do is shoot a little cord to the junction box, tie in, you tap right into it, phase for phase, which you'll have a black, a red, a white, and then you put in a lockout. You shut your main off, turn on that breaker, fire up the generator, and you can run your air conditioner while you run everything else in your house as long as your generator can run it. It's real simple. I will take a trip down there and help you set this up for next year.
Well, just
Mark my
remember,
words. Just make sure that's on the
to
couch.
tell Marvin. You should. This shit I need to
I'm
tell
sorry?
Marvin. You need to be telling Marvin all this shit
I
because
can help you out. I got to come out and see you. I'm going to come out in the next year or two. I want to come out and visit both of you. I do. I got to travel a little bit. I've been nothing but a homebody working my ass off since I was 23, and I want to go visit the world a little bit. And why not reach the 2 corners of the fucking country, and then we could all go down and get shot by Rick.
we could do a meetup somewhere. I would love to be able to do a meetup with a bunch of people. Like, even if we had to, 2 different areas or whatever. Really, Rick is in the middle of it. So he kind of, he's in the middle of it in more ways than one. So, yeah. I used my mom's house for my 25th
I just hit share so you guys can actually see. You could go watch the video for yourself. This video is primarily about this lockout. And now all it does is once you shut your main off, you can slide this up and turn on your backfeed breaker, which will be a two-pole breaker. Every house, if you open your panel, you'll see 2 hots and a neutral, and every other breaker is on either one or the other hot, and it goes back and forth. So if you go down this side, this will be black, red, black, red, black, red. When you see a 2-pole and they're connected, that's black and red, and that's 2 120 volt circuits, which will give you 208. So if you take a generator like this and you plug in a 30 amp, and that other side of the 30 amp you cut and strip and tie directly into where your AC unit is, it will backfeed all of this. But you never backfeed with your main on. because you'll get a fireworks show or you'll be feeding the grid. So you always shut your main off, you put it in a breaker, and it's 100% legal. You don't need to play with your service. You don't need to buy a transfer switch. You don't need to any of it. You don't need to get a permit. It's 100% legal. And then you could plug in your generator whenever you need it. When you don't need it, you unplug your generator and you spool up the little cord that you use. And if you put your generator right next to the AC unit, you don't have a long suicide cord to fuck yourself up with. I will do a whole video on this. I'm going to go help my friend out in PA. We're going to do this setup for him, and I'll show you, because a lot of people overthink what it comes to. And then you're still free to have your generator to bring wherever you want, use whenever you want. And like I said before, the type of generator you get, even if you have a big one, like Gutter Girl's got a big one, definitely run it every year. If you don't run it, it's going to go to the shit. But also think about what you need to run on the regular. So you might run this for a few hours a day to keep your refrigerator cold, your freezer's cold, but then overnight, what are you going to use? A TV, a couple of lights, and charge your cell phones? You don't need to waste all the gas. So even something as cheap as a $350, 2,500 watt Predator, you could get from Harbor Freight for like $300. That will work for your phones, your computer, any kind of routers that you need. Something big like this. She wants your freezer. Your freezer, all you got to do is turn on every couple of hours, bring it back to temperature, and you just monitor it. You could even put in a temperature contact that will start the generator, but that's a totally different, that's getting more in depth. You just got to stay on top of it. You know, get some dry ice, throw it in the freezer, and then you don't even need to run it.
Right.
You know,
Well,
because
usually
the big difference is
when we're out of
the big
light,
difference is,
it's not for too long.
I was going to say, the big difference is for a big generator, 5,500 watt to 7,500 watt, you're looking at about 8 hours per 2 gallons. For the small ones that you could even run a microwave off of, you run your microwave, but you got to do everything kind of one at a time. You're talking about 14 hours on 1 gallon. So it's a huge difference when it comes to that. And if you're going to get one of those that you have as an emergency reserve for the whole house, you want to run off diesel, natural gas, or propane. Like I always say, the bi-fuel or tri-fuel, definitely worth getting. Propane, like Fly Crew had said, really never goes bad. It's always ready to go. Stay away from Generac. Generac has been around a long time, but Generac fucks their customers by constantly modifying the components. So you can't, that's the biggest problem. Remember what we had the conversation about the RV? Pay attention to the type of generator in it, because I had a big problem finding OEM parts to fix the generator, because Generac was asshole, you know. So well, they have all these inverter generators. So like the smaller generator is an inverter generator. And what you could do, if you're going to use a bigger generator, definitely have a battery bank, so at least it's never running for no reason.
Right.
And all your 12 volt can come off of that, which any LED lights or 12 volt, anything DC, you could do 12 volt for your phones, computers.
Yeah.
The only thing you're not running 12 volt for are going to be appliances that run off AC. And that's where I'm at with that.
Right
yeah,
on.
solar. I see Pesky talking about solar. Turn off the solar. That's another income, another input of energy. But hang on, someone's knocking at the door. Gutter Girl's gonna take over for a minute. Go through the comments. We're at 2 hours and 11 minutes, so I'm guessing we're getting close to the end. Give me one moment. I will be right back with you.
Okay. Yep, and I was noticing, I thought that was funny, Dave. I used Mom's house for my 25th birthday. Next morning, Mom saw the tip prints on the glass door. When she asked, I named all the girls by their prints. That's fucking priceless. Good night, Justine and Anne. And who else did I see? Mishka? Mishka, go enjoy your evening. And Jen, she ain't fucking leaving. And Flat Check, good, she's not leaving. Good. Nobody else left, it looks like. Who else? I thought I seen somebody else had left, but I guess they've did gone if they did. Anyways, yeah, this was actually turned out to be a damn good live, even though Yank didn't get to come and stay that long. At least he got to jump in for a minute or two, and then got to hang out in the comments. As long as he makes it through all this shit, that's all that really matters. We can get through all the lives as long as he's gets through all this Florida bullshit. Who said Oregon? Oregon sounds fun. Oregon, it's a great place if you can get away from all the fucking liberals and people. Do me a favor, open the door and let me in, Jen said. Was that Jen? Bobby? Was that Jen?
Jen says, do me a favor, open the door and let him in. Yeah, no, he doesn't want to say hi to the whole planet. Yeah. This is fire. Lean in and wait below. This is fire.
Fire? Show us some fire.
That's Julie, got a girl, and this is everybody in the comments.
Hi.
We are live worldwide right now. He didn't know that I did a live stream or I hop on live, so we do live streams. So he's officially going to be one of the cool kids now. He just learned tonight.
Go. Welcome. We just hang out.
Welcome.
But we're just getting. You came at the end of it, but we're here every Tuesday night.
All right.
Yep. And with that, I want to thank you for bringing me on as co-host. Yank,
thank you.
Look, see, fire, hi.
How long is it?
Well, we've been going for about 2 hours and 15 minutes now. Look, see, fire. Gen G shouting you out. Hi, fire.
Yeah,
Flat chested shouting you. Hey, tell them yourself. Say hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, see?
But I'm gonna let Gutter close it out since this is hers. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends to come where the cool kids are. Hang on, Bo. We live. You want to go live? You want to say hi to the whole planet? Okay, so now hang on a second. See? Yeah, it's getting busy around here. All right.
Yeah.
I love you. Gotta go. Everybody in the comment section. Love you guys. Thank you for having me on as co-host. Yank, we're wishing you the best, and you keep us updated. We'll keep everybody else updated. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Dave, pleasure to meet you. I don't think I've met you before. Damon, just look up Bobby Bacalino. I'll post it in the comments after this is over. Fly Crew, come on, we got to get Tony on here. Love you, brother. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for having me. And Yank, we wish you best of luck. Stay cool. And we'll probably end up going live before the week's over to give an update on Yank. I'll throw on my live stream.
Yeah, at some point we'll do it live and at least let everybody know.
Yeah. Because we can't do community posts yet. Neither one of us have 500 subscribers. 500 subscribers, we could do community posts for constant updates. So help us get to 500. And we love you guys.